Hi everyone, this is Evelyn Zimfer, the Career Advisor for Wright State Lake Campus, and we're with the Career Perspectives podcast, and specifically Jenna Schaefer, who is not only my amazing coworker, but she's also the Enrollment Services Advisor at Wright State Lake Campus. So first of all, thank you for being here.
Yeah, no problem.
And we want to get right into it. I do not want to assume that everyone already knows what you do. So can you tell us what are some of the services that you're part of providing on campus?
Yeah, so I am an Enrollment Services Advisor, and that is part of the Office of Enrollment Services. So we handle things like financial aid, billing, taking payments. We can assist students kind of walking through things in Wings Express. And we're kind of just that front-facing, answering questions for students, helping direct them where they need to go if they need further assistance and things like that.
And what do you wish more students knew? You can either say in general, or we're about to start the fall semester. And so even their first semester or in general, what do you wish they just knew about enrollment services?
Not necessarily so much about enrollment services. I do want to say we are, like I said, front facing. So we don't do any of the processing per se. We're more of a conduit between the student and like the back office. So who's the one actually doing the processing. But something I wish more students were kind of more proactive with was Wings Express. So for new students especially, Wings Express is where you can do a lot of self-service tools, right? So you can go in and do things yourself as a student. You can check your financial aid, you can pay your bill, you can check your schedule and all of those types of things. And there's just a lot of things that students can do on their own on the weekend, before or after business hours, that they don't necessarily have to wait and talk to us. Now, of course, we are here to help. Right. Of course, we're here to say, yep, you follow these instructions and this is what you need to do to get where you need to be. Oh, you're a little confused. No problem. I can explain it. But I really want, you're at college to develop your critical thinking skills, your time management, your self-sufficiency, so that when you get into a job, you can kind of handle all of those things. So this is just another way for you to kind of get a handle on learning how to do those types of things.
And this brings up, we have another wonderful coworker who was on my previous podcast. His name is Jamon Flowers. So if you haven't watched that podcast, go back and watch it. But he works in the library. And if anyone has trouble figuring out how to access Wings Express, how to go in there and use it, they can just stop in the library and talk to him, and they will help him from the technical side, right?
Yeah, I think Joanne can really help with Pilot.
With the Pilot.
For sure, yeah. Pilot is more kind of his, and Pilot's the online learning management system for online classes and those types of things. I'm sure he could help walk people through Wings Express, but we also do have, since that's more of the stuff that we deal with as services, we have step-by-step instructions for students on how to do those types of things as well. And we also have them outside of our office. So if you can't come talk to us, if we're closed or something like that, they're available in our lobby so that students can just grab one and go.
So there's no excuse. If you're nervous about talking to someone new, you can just come grab the directions. So I have to ask, what is one of your favorite things about your job, about what you do on campus?
So you'll probably hear this from most people, but it is, of course, the students. You want the students to succeed. We're not here to watch you fail. We want you to get your college experience, get your job, and really benefit from your education at Lake Campus, but also from your experience. The faculty are definitely 100% here, get you the education that you need for your job. But the kind of student services side of things is here to help you experience college, even though we are not OSU, we're not Columbus, but we still want you to have those experiences that a college student should.
Absolutely. So if someone wants to figure out, okay, when's my bill due? Is it different for students, or does everybody have the same payment? And do they find that online?
Yep, so all of the information is online. We do try and make it very accessible for students. It can get a little confusing depending on, like, if you start in Google. Depending on what you Google, you might end up at a Dayton website versus the Lake Campus website. But all of our dates are the same.
Oh,
so
nice.
Even if you look at Dayton, it's the same information. We use the same systems. It's all the same kind of thing. But when things are due depends on when you register for classes.
Okay.
So for fall, for example, for our students who were registered up through August 15th, bill was due August 15th.
Of 2022.
Of 2022.
In case you're watching this a year from now.
Yep. And I mean, they're typically the same dates, but definitely feel free to look it up if it's 2023, just in case. Yes. But then for students who register August 16th through September 15th is due September 15th. Okay. So we have monthly due dates. So that it's just when you register means when you have a bill. So that determines when the bill is due.
And so let's say someone's watching this and they're excited to put a face with, where to pay bills and those kind of things, but they're still struggling. Where do they come find you physically on campus if they have a question?
Enrollment Services is right next to the front desk. And that is right inside Dwyer Hall. So that main entrance has like a metal awning over the top of it. That's where students can come in. That's where most students enter the building. And then the front desk is immediately to the right. And then there's a curve. If you keep kind of going around the curve of the wall, that'll get you to two like garage door looking windows. Yes. And that is Enrollment Services. We are open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. So if we're not open, you can give us a call. You can send us an email. The email and the phone number are all listed on the website. And definitely don't be afraid to come in and see me. I will have housing students call during office hours when they are in their dorm and they will
and
call.
Could just walk over is what she's saying.
Yeah, they're in their apartment and they're not going to come see me. So you can come see me. We might get a little busy. August is a little hectic. If there's a little bit of a line, give us time. We'll get there. But yeah, always phone or email as well. We try and get it back to people within 24 business hours. If you email on Saturday, that means hopefully by the end of the day, Monday, we will get back to you. We don't typically reply to emails weekends or evenings or anything like that.
Saturday and Sunday is not a business day.
No.
That's right. Well, before we let you go, one of the things that I think would be great for them to just be reminded of is when someone is not a College Credit Plus student, when someone's not CCP, is there paperwork or something they need to do if one of their parents or guardians want to call in and ask any kind of information about their student?
There are... Don't know how much we want to get into FERPA. FERPA is the Family and Educational Rights and Privacy Act of 1974. You see how good
she is? She just said that. That's how good she is.
Well, I just went through 3 months of orientation. So this is a federal law that protects students' educational records. So this is saying we can give some information to anybody. So that could be a student's name, their address, their email address, the number of credit hours they're enrolled in. Okay. That's directory information. That is something that is not sensitive information to the student. So that is something that we could give mom, dad, Uncle Joe. If someone comes in, we can give that information. We cannot provide anyone other than the student with things like bill, financial aid awards. We cannot give any grades. We cannot give schedule details. We cannot give those types of more sensitive information. And that is really to protect the student, right? That's not because we want to be mean.
It's to treat you as an adult.
Yeah, and not give mom the information she's asking for, because that is up to the student to say, I want mom or dad or Uncle Joe to have this information. So there are a couple of different ways to provide that, and it's really dependent on what the student wants to authorize. So there is, first of all, a form. This is kind of like baseline authorization, and the form is available on the Lake Campus website that you will complete it electronically via DocuSign. It will ask for a student to upload a photo ID. and provide the information for the person they want to authorize the release of information and what specifically they want to release. This is active then as long as you are a student until you rescind it. So if 3 years down the road you say mom doesn't need to have this information anymore, you can rescind it.
Oh, nice.
But until that happens, mom has access to these things that you have authorized. There is also then something called proxy. So this is to allow students to give someone basically a login. So they can access, again, certain things in your Wings Express without you, the student, needing to go in, log in first. And then, because you shouldn't be giving Wings and Wings Express account information to someone else. Don't just say, here's my username and password, because then they have access to everything. And I'm not saying students will maybe fail a class, but if you don't want mom to know you're not doing well in a class, maybe don't give her access to everything. So that is really to say, I want mom to be able to see my billing and my financial aid. I want her to see my schedule. I want her to see these types of things that she can just go in and take care of it herself. And then the last one is purely billing. This is the one that I see the most often.
Me too.
This is parent is paying your bill. Well, I'm paying the bill. I need to know how much he owes.
It is, yeah.
And that is fair. But that is still protected under FERPA. So students can go in and say, I want this person to have access to only my billing. And here's their email address. And now that person has access not only to all of the billing, they can make a payment on the student's behalf, and they will get email notifications. Anything that the student is getting regarding billing, the third party will receive as well. So then that's kind of a way for the parent to get that information without having to give everything.
Yeah. Well, oh my goodness. Thank you so much for being here. I hope everyone was listening, that you can find Jenna if you walk into the Lake Campus main lobby. You're going to see, as her words were, kind of two garage door looking windows. And she's almost always at one of those windows. She is the right person to talk to, anything regarding billing and things like that. But you can find a lot of the information you're probably looking for on Wings Express. But don't hesitate to stop by and either pick up a form about the directions about how to access everything or to talk to you. Then we also found out how you could give your guardian access to just the bill side of things.
Yeah.
Or the bills and the grades. Or, it really allows you to feel like the adult that you are by having different levels of permission that you can give people. So we enjoyed being with you guys today, and I hope you find us later. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.